This week, we're celebrating 21 years of leadership and good governance with Labour, with virtual ULP showcases every night from Thursday to Monday. Yes, that's 5 nights, 5 in a row. Thursday, 9 p.m., pre-election rally. 8 p.m. this Friday, ULP Music Showcase compilation. Saturday night from 9, 2020 Miss Unity Youths Finals. 6 p.m. Sunday, High Praise ULP Gospel Showcase. And on Monday, March 28th, we're celebrating 21 years of excellent governance by Ralph, the World Boss, and ULP with our virtual victory rally from 9 p.m. featuring a new address by Prime Minister Gonzalez. 5 nights celebrating Labour from this Thursday on all our Facebook pages. ULP. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Unity Youths 2020, the finals.
Dublin, South Central windward. Onwards we go, 5 in a row with Saboto. Left SVG higher.
South Windward, Frederick Stevenson. It's definitely safer with Labour, and we are alive for 5. Left SVG higher!
North Leeward, up the ting with Carlos James, left SVG higher.
A man who is confident, effective, and true. His words defines my constituency representative for the Northern Grenadines, Mr. Carlos Williams. Strongest we are together, let's lift SVG higher.
John, Central Kingston, representing Mr. Dominic Sutherland. Central is East Central. Lift SVG higher.
Llewellyn, standing firmly with Luke Brown, making a difference in East Kingstown. It is our time to shine. Lift SVG higher.
IKEA Providence, representing West Kingstown, woman of strength, teacher Debbie. Lift SVG higher.
So, we are ready for the first competitive category to kick off here at Miss Unity Youth's 2020 Finals. And our first up on stage will be Jada Dublin.
We who have to make things go right. Don't sit and wait on a hand. Sometimes that hand must push you down. To achieve your goals, you must go for it every monarch. Wears his own crown. Conquer every obstacle you encounter. Many will be waiting to see you fall. But if you opt to find something new, you must follow every clue. So at the end of the road, when you find your treasure prospect, where there's a star, there's a light. We got to shine as we who have to make things go right. Don't sit and wait on a hand. Sometimes that hand must push you down. To achieve your goals, you must go for it every move.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished judges, to all candidates of the ULP, fellow contestants, the audience here and online, a pleasant evening to all. From the mountains of Greggs to the plains of Mount Grinnan, South Central Windward has been a constituency highly dependent on agriculture. And rightly so, we are proud to have as our representative, the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Soboto Caesar. He was born in the farming village of Diamonds, and his secondary and college education was made possible thanks to a banana scholarship. Under the remarkable leadership of the ULP government, and by extension Minister Caesar, agriculture has come a long way. Almost everyone is going back to the lands. No longer is agriculture seen as poor people work. Even the youths are looking at it as a career path. And how many so-called rich people buying and working agricultural lands? I am only 18, but I'm sure no one thought 20 years ago a medical, cannabis, and wellness industry would have been established in SVG. Well, guess what? It was established. Hundreds of acres of marijuana are now being planted, and the traditional marijuana farmers are now given the opportunity to cultivate it legally. What a government! Thanks, Labour. Because of the biggest capital project in our nation's history, a project the myopic opposition wished to fail, our seafood and agricultural produce can now easily be exported all over the world. Agal International Airport, what a government, thanks Labour. Don't get me started on the exportation of livestock. Did you know that SVG is the largest exporter of livestock in the OECS? I am sure that everyone sees the boatloads of cattle that leaves for Grenada several times per year. This even continued during the COVID lockdown. Did you know that agriculture produce generates over $100 million for our country annually? What a government! Thanks, Labour. Thanks to the Prime, our nation's youths and young farmers are given the opportunity to pursue a career in agriculture and agro-processing, and they don't even have to pay a cent back. Also, majority of prime recipients from the farming industry are women. You think I am too nice to farm? Never. What a government. Thanks, Labour. If I were to tell you about the discounted and even sometimes free manure and other assistance our farmers, financial and otherwise, have been receiving under the ULP administration, I would be talking all night. I know, and the ULP has revived and rebranded the dying agricultural industry, ensuring food security in SVG. As Diamonds Man in South Central Windward does say, hold where you hold, so we hold in Sabi and the ULP. I thank you.
Leader Dublin, contestant number 1, the lady from South Central Windward. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's just the first of our contestants. So next up, we're gonna go to Ariana Wiley.
There's a star, there's a light. We got to shine, it's we who have to make things go right. Don't sit and wait on a hand. Sometimes that hand does push you down. To achieve your goals, you must go for it every monarch. Where's his own crown? Conquer every obstacle you encounter. Many will be waiting to see you fall. But if you have to find something new, you must follow every clue. So at the end of the road, when you find your treasure, prosperity you want to.
Comrades of labor, a pleasant evening. I am here to speak to you about the most important aspects in SPG under the Ministry of National Security. I bring you greetings from the dynamic constituency of South Windward. What a time to be living in SVG. Who could have done it better than the ULP? When the Unity Labour Party went into office in 2001, Saint Vincent and the Grenadines had no structure in place to deal with national emergencies. Thanks for the foresight of our Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, and his government, who saw the need for such an important organization in January 2002. The National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, was established. Some people are of the belief that NEMO only deals with natural disasters, while they may spearhead the management of relief efforts to deal with these disasters. Their mandate is to deal with all national emergencies. Hence, at present, NEMO is working along with the Ministry of Education to coordinate activities relating to the COVID-19 pandemic and to help to contain its spread. And we can brag in this country that we handle this situation well as a small nation. Kudos to Miss Michelle Forbes and her team for doing such a great job. Safety and security for the Vincentian people is paramount to this administration. With the vision of SVG taking off the FIU blacklist, the ULP set the plans and start executing the programs. Creating an efficient police force, giving birth to the Rapid Response Unit. Creating comfortable living space for the police officers by building modern police stations and refurbishing these buildings. The construction of a new correctional facility in Belial. Upgrading the Coast Guard and fire services into a highly professional unit. Acquiring more and better equipped Coast Guard vessels while working closely on civil aviation matters, including security with the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority. Enhance the training and educational opportunities for our police personnel. Strengthen further airports and seaport security. We have pioneered legislation to expunge minor infractions from criminal records after a period of good behavior. We have social initiatives like the successful Pan Against Crime program. Vincentians, the leadership of this ULP party, has developed these programs to steer youths away from a life of crime into productive citizens. There are so many programs this ULP has done to uplift this country. They deserve another term to continue the work that they have started. So I urge all registered voters to go out on November 5th and vote resoundingly and vote resoundingly for the Unity Labour Party. And to my people of South Windward, I want us to rally around our comrade as we stay alive with Gustus 4-5.
We got to shine, it's we who have to make things go right.
South Windward in the house.
Sometimes that hand us push you down.
Hail up to all the people on the live from South Windward. Send some fire. SW. We're heading now to a lady from North Leeward. That's our third contestant tonight. None other than Mauricia Williams.
There's a light. We got to shine, it's we who have to make things go right. Don't sit and wait on a hand. Sometimes that hand does push you down. To achieve your goals, you must go for it every monarch. Where's his own crown? Conquer every obstacle you encounter. Many will be waiting to see you fall. But if you opt to find something new, you must follow every clue.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. A country without infrastructure is analogous to a man without backbone. Ladies and gentlemen, since the ULP government assumed office in 2001, there has been a surge in the development of infrastructure in Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Unfortunately, time does not allow me to elaborate fully. Of the EC $1.2 billion 2020 budget, the largest ever tabled in Parliament, over EC 39 million was allocated to roads and bridges. The impossible Rabuka Bridge was constructed at a cost of EC $8.5 million. We cannot overemphasize the importance of this bridge, especially to our brothers and sisters north of the Dry River. Other bridges constructed include those at Argyll, Cumberland, Vermont, and my hometown of Chateaubelair. Extensive stretches of roads and highways, including the Nelson Mandela Highway, have been constructed or resurfaced. Upgrading of roads is one of the government's top priorities. Yet we hear complaints, but it was the deplorable condition of roads prior to 2001 that prompted our own Charles Wusseburg of Tramuka to compose the Calypso Fix the Road in 1992. A mega tangible infrastructure is the Argyll International Airport, valued at EC 700 million. Another perceived impossibility, yet the largest capital project this country has ever seen. This government has constructed or upgraded more educational institutions than any other government in the history of Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. These include the Saint Vincent and the Grenadines Community College, technical institutes, secondary and primary schools. We must be reminded of the dilapidated conditions of schools and the limited space before 2001, which led to the shift system. Our own Carlos James experienced this dilemma. And while I am on schools, I must emphasize the construction of the remarkable National Public Library, which replaced the stuffy ISO at Lower Middle Street. Health facilities including the Georgetown Medical Complex, the Georgetown Medical Diagnostic Center, the Smart Hospital at Chateaubelair, and the many polyclinics are institutions for which we owe the government a debt of gratitude. There are also the 14 established tourism sites, which include Dartby Falls and Black Point.
And from the north, we go to the other north, Northern Grenadines. Here is the Reese Douglas.
There's a light. We got to shine, it's we who have to make things go right. Don't sit and wait on a hand. Sometimes that hand does push you down. To achieve your goals, you must go for it every monarch. Where's his own crown? Conquer every obstacle you encounter. Many will be waiting to see you fall. But if you opt to find something new, you must follow every clue. So at the end of the road, when you find your treasure,
It is with pleasure that I address the topic, the wellness revolution in SVG. This topic speaks to my future career goal of becoming a nurse and a holistic cosmetologist. Just take a moment to ponder. What are the chances of you knowing someone battling with diabetes, hypertension, cancer, and other chronic illnesses? Why are we as Vincentians so sick? Why is this generation the first to have a decline in life expectancy since 1993? The National Wellness Institute defines wellness as an active process of becoming aware of and making choices towards a healthy and fulfilling life. This evening, I admonish you to be guided by the Wellness Revolution policy, an initiative launched in September of 2007 by the Unity Labour Party, where the Honorable Dr. Ralph Gonsalve advised that the wellness policy, which seeks to reduce the impact of community non-communicable diseases and ensure that sporting equipment receives tax concessions to encourage healthy living. Fiscal support would be given to the private sectors for the establishment of more gyms, fitness and wellness centers, and yoga studios. This speaks of a government being proactive and responsible in addressing wellness. Let us not forget the initiatives in agriculture, such as backyard gardening and buy local campaign. While various groups continue to benefit from ongoing lifestyle activities and programs nationally, such as the Bus a Sweat and the diabetic and hypertensive programs. Do you know that the senior citizens recreational centers in Cane Grove and Black Point are initiative of the Wellness Revolution? Prime Minister, the beloved people of Bequia are looking forward to our Golden Year Center too. I now turn my attention and advocacy to the wellness tourism. I think it is the ideal way to create and promote wellness awareness to our citizens and the world. With our lush mountains and crystal clear waters, we remain the chosen destination for tourism. To better understand wellness through tourism is to know that wellness is the proactive things we do to maintain a healthy lifestyle, reduce stress, prevent diseases, and enhance our well-being. Additionally, it encourages our people to live a happy and healthy life, as we cannot promote what we do not practice. It would influence entrepreneurs to become bosses in the wellness industry. As a Bequarian, I am proud to say that we have and continue to be leaders in the promotion of wellness tourism. I am more proud to have one of SVG Best Holistic Therapists as my chaperone, Miss Darcel John, who operates her very own spa, the Serenity Day Spa on Bequia. We live in a society where NCDs are on the increase, and patients find it difficult to live on medications. I am advocating for a wellness lifestyle, so you are in constant pursuit of maintaining and enhancing one's physical and emotional well-being through relaxation, exercise, and diet. Let's change the community definition of health from the inside out. Let us all do it the safe, the natural way, the Vinci way, with our medicinal marijuana, turmeric and ginger, and not forgetting the papaya leaf in the fight against dengue. I believe that wellness is more than just a short-term trend. My fellow people, there are many paths to success you can choose. I encourage you to look at a business or career in the emerging wellness industry. By practicing wellness, we encourage the body to heal itself daily through every bit of food that we eat, every thought that we think, every word that we utter, every choice that we make, and every breath that we take. Ladies and gentlemen, let us close our eyes and take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Now, you may ask what we have just done. We have just stimulated our lymphatic system lower our blood pressure, improve digestion, decrease our stress level while increasing calmness. Namaste, I thank you.
Where there's a star, there's a light. We got to shine, it's we who have to make things go right. Don't sit and wait.
The lady from the Northern Grenadines doing her thing. Big up the people in Beckway right now. All right, so now we go to the lady from Central Kingstown, Lori John.
There's a star, there's a light. We got to shine, it's we who have to make things go right. Don't sit and wait on a hand. Sometimes that hand does push you down. To achieve your goals, you must go for it. Every monarch wears his own crown. Conquer every obstacle you encounter. Many will be waiting to see you fall. But if you opt to find something new, you must follow every clue. So at the end of the road, when you find your treasure, prosperity, true and true.
What is education to you? Is it important that your children get one? Our education system was in crisis. Our schools were placed on a half-day system. Only 39% of our students had the chance of being admitted to secondary school. No education, no passport to the future. With the fear of where our children were headed, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves took to office in 2001. He had a vision of moving SVG forward and wasted no time with our future and our education. The education revolution began and our system blossomed, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. My political speech tonight would shed light on one of SVG's most transformative and revolutionary projects in history. This project has given birth to many professionals. The Nurses Program, Early Childhood Development Program, the SET Program, the Graduate Teacher Program, the Scholarship Program, the Disadvantaged Students Loan, the YES Program, and the One Laptop Per Child Initiative. Today, every poor Vincentian child has the right to an education, not only to free primary, but easy access to universal education, no matter their race, their gender, religion, or financial and political background. The myriad of opportunities that are now afforded is not afforded because we have the money or because we are Vincentian, but because we have a visionary leader who believes in his people and will continue to lift us higher. While some may argue that the education revolution is a trick or a scam, I say to them, look at me, the product of a working class single mother whose daughter now has a teaching degree in secondary education. The quality of education in SVG has improved the lifestyles of our people. There are more child-centered schools in SVG. Pre- and primary schools are more child-friendly. We continue to see more extracurricular programs promoting leadership and teamwork coming out of our secondary schools, elevating our youth. This has never happened before, and that's what we call a revolution. The ULP understands education and its importance to the socio-economic development of our country and continue to invest in we the people. There are various social outreach programs provided by the government through the social welfare assistance offered to less fortunate students and the supportive school feeding program. We have seen the improvement of technical and vocational education. More schools have and are being built and renovated to help to strengthen the revolution. The government definitely came through on their promise, and that deserves an applause. It is widely agreed that the educational success contributes greatly to the overall economic success of the country, improving the country's employment rate and the standard of living for many. More accomplishments such as these are on the horizon in education in SVG. And indeed, I have added to the goal of the education revolution to have a graduate in every household by the year 2025. Education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela. Fellow graduates and recipients of one or the other programs through this ULP administration, let's go to the polls and vote for the continuation of this project as we lift SVG higher. Parliamentarians, judges, good night.
Where there's a star, there's a light. We got to shine is we who
Laurie John, the lady from Central Kingstown. All right, so we're still in Kingstown. Right now, we're going to go to East Kingstown for Kenesha Llewellyn.
Where there's a star, there's a light. We got to shine is we who have to make things go right. Don't sit and wait on a hand. Sometimes that hand does push you down. To achieve your goals, you must go for it every monarch. Where's his own crown? Conquer every obstacle you encounter. Many will be waiting to see you fall. But if you opt to find something new, you must follow every clue. So at the end of the road, when you find your treasure, prosperity you want to.
Over the past 19 years, the ULP administration can boast of many success projects, but one that we can proudly vaunt is the mother of all projects, the Argyle International Airport. Airport development has always been on the forefront of the ULP's agenda from the inception of the ULP's governance. In the election manifesto of 2001, the Unity Labour Party promised the electorate to address the problem of air access to and from Saint Vincent and the Grenadines by building an international airport on mainland Saint Vincent. Since the party's election to office on March 28, 2001, the ULP administration has accordingly put into effect relevant public policies on air access and airport development. Let's face it, the metamorphosis of globalization is upon us. People, companies, and nations are integrating and interacting more. Hence, an international airport is a major apparatus of a nation's infrastructure to generate economic activities. The realization of this project has brought numerous benefits to this country. However, I would highlight two of the main sectors: tourism and agriculture. International airports offer increased accessibility, which in turn fuels the tourism sector. With an increase in the number of visitors and airport users, more money flows into the local economy, and there is now a greater opportunity for connectivity to and from SVG. The opening of the international airport here in St. Vincent has created major opportunities for the farmers and fisher folk on the island. Vincentians have seen a vital window opening to farmers for their produce to be shipped directly from SVG to North America and Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, Prime Minister Gonsalves himself remarked, "A farmer who waits for good weather never plants, and a farmer who never plants never reaps." And having planted despite the weather, our nation is now poised to reap an abundant harvest. It would definitely be remiss of me not to say that the construction of the international airport is truly a remarkable story. It shows the vision, the leadership, the strength of character, project management skills, and resourcefulness of the leadership of the ULP administration. A promise made and a promise delivered. Long live the Argyle International Airport, and may it bring socio-economic benefits to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines forever.
He's Yes, Kingstown representation from Kenesha Llewellyn. Speaking of which, I gotta hail up Vestrisha and Eula and the whole crew watching us live in New York City right now. East Kingstown people, big up all yourselves. Make sure you share the live, right? Good. So up next, we're still in Kingstown. Kingstown is properly covered under labor. How you mean? So up next, we're gonna go to West Kingstown for IKEA Providence.
There's a star, there's a light. We got to shine, it's we who have to make things go right. Don't sit and wait on a hand. Sometimes that hand must push you down. To achieve your goals, you must go for it every monarch. Where's his own crown? Conquer every obstacle you encounter. Many will be waiting to see you fall. But if you opt to find something new, you must follow every clue. So at the end of the road, when you find your treasure, prosperity you want to.
Judges, fellow contestants, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Last Sunday in my interview, I mentioned that I am here to change your mindset that men are bigger and stronger than women. So tonight, I am going to talk about women in ICT and how the ULP administration has advanced SVG technologically with their plans and innovations. Let's start with what is ICT. According to Wikipedia, and I quote, "Information and communication technology is an extensional term for IT that stresses the role of unified communication and the integration of telecommunications, or telephone lines and wireless signal, and computers, as well as necessary enterprise software, middleware, storage, and audio visual systems that enable users to access, store, transmit, and manipulate information." Yes, I know that was a mouthful. Now that I got you thinking, let's link ICT with the ULP administration. This administration over the years has continued to develop digitally, and we as Vincentians always expect more from the government in this fast evolving technological age. The Division of IT in the Ministry of Information and Technology and Finance has been hosting the International Girls in ICT Day, which is held in over 140 countries around the world in April with workshops and seminars. Due to COVID-19, it was done virtually in 2020. Thousands of female third and fourth form students across SVG have been made aware of the opportunities in the ICT sector and have been empowered with the knowledge that they too can have a career in ICT or incorporate it into their choice of career. The IT division have 8 objectives. 1, to build internal capacity to adequately deliver and maintain ICT services. 2, to monitor and evaluate government ICT initiatives. 3, to develop and maintain software applications. 4, to develop and maintain government computer networks. 5, to provide security of all government computer networks. 6, to facilitate archiving of all government data. 7, to provide efficient e-government services such as email, intranet, and the web services. 8, to formulate and implement relevant ICT policies for the delivery of citizen-centered online service. Thanks to the diplomatic ties this administration has established with the Republic of China on Taiwan, which have recently afforded us with EBOS and security operation by installing over 200 cameras in and around Kingston to deter crime. It is quite clear that never in this country's history has any government ever emphasized such IT advancement to its citizens like the ULP administration. As a first-time voter, I urge you to go out on Thursday, November 5th, and put an X next to the star. West Kingston, forward we go with Teacher Debbie. 5 in a row.
Where there's a star, there's a light.
The lady from West Kingstown, IKEA Providence, finishing us off strong with her performance in the first category. Miss Unity Youth 2020. Yeah, boy, we're on fire and we're running on real smooth and nice. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to talent. Let me just give you the criteria first. Presentation 6 points. Execution 5 points. Creativity 5 points. Impact 4 points. That's talent. Right about now, we're gonna start it off with the lady from South Central Windward. Let's welcome back on stage Jada Dublin.
Gary Dadem, Gary Dadem, Gary Dadem, Gary Dadem. Why? Hello? The party, they've been bad, 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 bad. If I win election, then something definitely wrong. Gary Dadem, Gary Dadem, Gary Dadem.
Jada.
Wait, like me going crazy? Who call me?
Girl, relax. This is your subconscious.
My subwa?
I'm here to ask you one important question.
Well, ask.
Why are you supporting the other side?
But lad, my mommy voting for them, my daddy voting for them, my auntie sister voting for them, my mommy, uncle, cousin, daughter, wife,
Okay, Jada,
brother.
we get the point.
Exactly. So why I must go vote for Labour?
I didn't ask who was voting for them. I asked, why are you supporting them?
Coming to think of that, you know, I never really think about that.
Cast your eyes upon the platform of time, Jada.
We do it back the same. That's all I have to say.
If there's anybody identify one project that the ULP government has done in Murray Village, I'll give you $100 right now.
And the first thing we have to believe is that on December the 5th, we can bring the change that we need.
Arrogance, ignorance, forgetfulness, stupidity. Jada, tell me, what do you see?
Well, I see the NDP.
So you know what you have to do on November the 5th.
Well, I can't go vote for them because them is not the kind of people I want to run my country. But then I can't vote for Labour because I live in a yellow house and I'm sure to throw me out.
Remember this, Jada. No one has to know where you put your ex.
So I could vote for Labour and nobody ain't know.
Somebody show me a red rock. Can somebody show me a red flag? Show some labor love for the comrade. Every labor man and every labor woman say, I'm a dumpy conqueror. So just show me a red now we hot up them head now. So just show me
Jada Dublin, ladies and gentlemen. Miss South Central Windward. So, we're going right along, heading now to South Windward for Ariana Wiley.
Comrades, live now, live now, live now, live now, live now, live now.
How can we forget this stalwart? Simply the best is one of the popular statements made about this great man. My hero fought for a better life, not only for me, but for all of us in this blessed country. This humble, selfless, and persistent man was always willing to help anyone who asked for it. He has touched the lives of many, whether young or old. We have lost a teacher and a comrade, but the memories we have will forever be treasured. This tribute is in honor of the founding father of the Unity Labour Party. We will always remember Sir Vincent Ian Beach, your legend, my hero.
Lady from South Windward, Ariana Wiley, doing her talent there. Tribute to Sir Vincent Beach, who we lost, but he still remains fresh in our minds all the time. Of course, every time I think of Vincent Beach, I think of him skanking on stage. Mash them dong na lose. You know how it is, Good soul. All right, so we're ready to keep it rolling. The next person on stage will come from the constituency of North Leeward. Mauricia Williams.
Young women across Saint Vincent and the Grenadines have excelled exceptionally under the Unity Labour Party administration. We will not just be someone's mother, someone's wife, or someone's daughter. We will no longer be relegated to the roles of homemaker, caretaker, teacher, nor cook. We stand in our truth. We will be fiercely independent. You will know our names. You will say our names. Jamisha Prince, Isis Gonsalves, Tamira Brown, Dr. Halima Deschamps, Nedra Miguel, and Dr. Kadeen Stewart, and so many of our young ladies who started and continued this legacy under the Unity Labour Party. Say our names, and soon you will say my name, Mauricia Williams.
Dr. Dre.
So right now we're going to bring on stage the lady from the Northern Grenadines talking about none other than Doris Douglas.
Granny come back from America, not a thing Granny could have bring. Granny come back from America, not a thing Granny could have bring.
Hey, hey, Granny is back. Imagine me take me 73-year-old self, say me go in America. Because in Vincy, them say things out there better. Not a thing go so. You not see me come back with me too long empty hand. If you can't get 2 and 3 jobs out there, dog better than you. Me say me go in a supermarket for shop how them say things cheaper. When me look, $30 so $1.5 there's a boca. And I hear back in Vincy them giving all love back. With all kind of fair proper jam and cucumber. I did miss me Vincy food, you know. It's all kind of burgers and fries me been a eat. If you see your granny been a put her weight. One night I been on Facebook late. And I see the man London. He said for do so, and I do so. And he said for so, and I go so. If road walkout. The coroner meet me out there. Me lost me 30 best friend in just a day. Oh God. When I go to the big fancy hospital, them not look for me because them say me not have no social security. When me look, a man coming with a bottle of Clorox, I hear a woman say, "Run, Granny, run." Well, Granny grab she suitcase and run straight out of America. Oh God, don't worry about Granny. Granny done recover. Me done use me garlic and ginger and me coconut water. When I look at sweet little Vincy, no deaths, no burials, I had to clap me hand to the health professionals. The only thing they run a star up me asthma. But don't worry about Granny. Me don't get me dose of medicinal marijuana.
When we legalize the let's say no. Whoa, I will smoke. Show me the lighters them. Show me. Raise up your lighters them. Show me the lighters them. Whoa.
I weary. Oh God. Ooh. After one thing is a next. Me tell that nephew of mine for clean up me yard while me there America. Watch his state ya. The boy not left astra. Them here for clean up to prevent mosquito from breeding. Cover your container. Throw it all water. Watch ya. Oh, me mother, Papa Jesus. Them mosquito biting hot like pepper. This one ya big like a grasshopper. You mean for tell me this mosquito come all the way from Egypt for come give me dengue? Oh God, me joints. This one remind me of Gunya. Oh God. I did hear them say to make papaya, use papaya leaf. So me go make me medicine to bring some sort of relief. One big leaf, throw in me syrup, mash it up, and I got to go 2 tablespoons 3 times a day. Bye bye dengue. My people, this thing is not a joke. Wear your repellent, clean up your surroundings and your water, and stop the litter. It takes all of us to fight this dengue. Strongest we are together. Granny is a registered nurse now, you know. Boy, let me call Luke tomorrow and volunteer me service to help me people. I done get me spray, and I done have me repellent, and I done have me dengue injection. And with that, Granny gone. Feel alright.
We are going to invite on stage the lady from Central Kingstown next, talking about none other than Lori John.
Because I am just a woman. I get into an argument with a man. He slaps me. I feel the pain. I feel the embarrassment. And yet they told me I provoked him. I slap him now. They say I have no home training. I should apologize to him. Just because I am a woman, I don't have the right to be angry. So the degree of my innocence is directly proportional to the degree of my silence in the face of oppression and brutality. Is it just because I am a woman? Or is it just because he's upset? I guess it's just this one time. He apologized, didn't he? It started off good. All smiles and laughter. So idiotic of me to think of things such as a happily ever after. Girl, you're cute. I'm in love if you shoot. Only to put me on lockdown. I'm in plans and you've removed my roots. Loving, oh loving, such loving you give me so. As your fist kiss me lips, broke me ribs, me ball for so. Victor, no! Stop! You're hurting me, please! everything in between. I guess that everything in a pretty package, when unwrapped, isn't what it seemed. Don't get me wrong, I tried. I did try to leave. And then Victor slapped me, he kicked me, and he pulled out my weave. You best believe, so you're dead, you're dead if you try to go anywhere from here today. The scars will tend to grow more and more every day. Hello? 911?
911, what's the emergency?
Mom, my husband nearly beat me half to death and I need help urgently.
No, miss, please remain calm. No, can you get out of the house?
Well, miss, he's the big yard cat and I'm the little mouse. Beep, he unplugs the phone. Beep, who you talking to? As I feel my heart pounding through my rib cage, he slams the door blam in a rage. Why you stay there? Why you keep going back to Victor? Ask my aunts, my cousin, or my mommy. Ma, I love him. He don't mean it. He just a little mad. Well, it was just his face, just his foot, and all the blood were making me sad. You apologize. But really and truly, I don't believe a word you say. Because it's hugs, and then it's kisses, and then it's blood. All within the same day. Laurie, I'm sorry. I just don't know what comes over me. I go seek some counseling and send for some medication from my cousin them overseas. Medication can't, and it won't cure built-in habits. It makes no sense. It's useless. You try to take any tablets. Now, doctor, tell me why all this bleeding and passing blood, and I know it's not my period. Please tell me that I'm okay and that it's not something serious.
I'm sorry to report, miss. You've had a miscarriage.
What? He said it softly, as my mind was unable to touch, cross paths, or even cope with reality. This time I've had just enough. I'm leaving Victor. This 4-letter word called just. Is it really something small? It was just this one time. He was just a little upset. Well, I just had a miscarriage. And I just lost my twin innocent babies. All because I decided to justify and trivialize my abuser's actions. Please don't take the same path I did. Learn from my mistakes. Leave that abusive relationship today, please. Rest in peace to all our women who fell victim to domestic violence.
A word we use so freely, just to trivialize a person's worry. We don't think about the hurt it brings, the nexus between pain and small thing. A man beat his wife half to death, then say he was just a bit upset. He said just, well it was just your fist. He said it's okay to learn.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lady from East Kingstown is now ready with her challenge. Let's go stage side for Kenisha Llewellyn.
2001, standing on the precipice of destruction, SVG, my beloved nation, was threatened by misguided ideas, selfish ambitions, and greed. No credible leader, no credible policies, and no credible politicians in their ranks. Only a group of political failures and non-achievers, propagating helplessness and cynicism, blockers of progress, lazy with no focused politics, but to lie and defame, they try.
Come election day, this first-time voter will make a statement with my finger.
After this, them dead. After this, them dead. After this, them dead. Yo! Them a go get 5 in a row. What? From where I go beat them back. What? If I start general of this thing locks up an election, then we are voting back. Them a go get 5 in a row. 5 in a row.
Repping hard for East Kingstown, Kenisha Llewellyn. Next up is our final contestant in the challenge segment. It's going to be the young lady from West Kingstown talking about IKEA Providence.
The ministry used to warn me, send out all kind of advertisement, but I never hear. But I face my consequences, and now I seeing it happening again. But not to me. Anyways, all you know me, all you know who me be, I am your worst enemy. Because of me, you can lose your friend and your family. But this is my story. HIV is a disease that disturbs many beliefs. People sick, that's an increase. Use a condom, that's what I told my niece. The world needs peace. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazines, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in my limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, sex attack, Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop, smoking weed and ganja, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had a red and black lumberjack with a hat to match. I remember living carelessly, too hard. I never thought that HIV would have been my spot. No, I'm in the limelight, dog, no sky. Time to change and blow up like the World Trade. Born a sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? I should have opted and live a better life, but I'm blowing up like I thought I would. Call a crib, same number, same hood, and it's all good. And if you don't know, now you know, people. I made a change from a common tea to up close and personal with Robin Leach. And I'm far from cheap. I smoke skunk with my peeps all day. Spread love is a Vinci way. The more it analyze, they keep me busy. Boys used to diss me. Now they write me letters cause they miss me. I never thought it could happen, this rapping stuff. I was too busy packing gas and stuff. Now honey spread me close like butter plate toast. From the Mississippi down to the East Coast. Condos in Queens, in those 2 weeks. So lost used to have biggie small speaks. Living life without fear. Putting 5 carrots in my baby girl's ears. Lunches, brunches, interviews by the pool. Considered a fool because I dropped out of high school. Stereotypes of victims misunderstood. And it's still all good. And if you don't know, now you know, people. HIV also comes with ARD. Change your life once living recklessly. It's a disease that has no cure. Extend your sex partners and be diagnosed so sure. Use a condom, protect yourself. But abstinence is a better health. HIV, a long-term scar, gives you a frown and leaves you too drunk. Lunches, brunch, interviews by the pool. Considered a fool because I dropped out of high school. Stereotypes of victims misunderstood. And it's still all good. And if you don't know, now you know, people. I am the Grim Reaper of HIV victims. And if you want to avoid me, use a condom. Love, protect, and respect yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, IKEA Providence, the lady from West Kingstown. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Miss Unity Youths 2020. We are ready now for the evening wear and interview segments. Now, let's introduce contestant number 1 from South Central, Windward, Jada, Dublin. Hi, Jada.
Good night.
How are you?
I'm fine.
I can see that. All right, so I have two questions. I'll ask you each question twice, and you'll give us your answer. You mentioned in your bio that fighting for what you want gives you the drive to succeed. Briefly state one of the things you fought for and what was the result. Question again. You mentioned that fighting for what you want gives you the drive to succeed. Briefly state one of the things that you remember fighting for and what was the result.
The last months of college was a struggle when this pandemic hit unexpectedly as I was in the process of preparing for my CAPE examinations. The hardest part was preparing in a home filled with distractions. However, Psalms 46:1, God is my refuge and strength and ever-present help in times of trouble. This helped to motivate me, and I remain persistent and determined to achieve my goals. As a result of this, I am now a proud graduate of the Saint Vincent and the Grenadines Community College with my 4 A-levels. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Your next question. South Central Windward is deeply engaged in farming. Tell us what the statement life and production or life and producing during the COVID-19 epidemic means to the people of South Central Windward. Question again. South Central Windward is deeply engaged in farming. Tell us what the statement life, living and producing during COVID-19 epidemic means to the people of South Central Windward.
South Central Windward is predominantly a farming constituency. The statement, life, living, and producing feels as though it was made just for us. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, we all know that there was never a shortage of agricultural produce as our farmers continue to toil the lands to provide for our country and our neighboring islands through trafficking. The ULP's Love Box initiative also gave farmers the ability to sell their produce to our government. South Central Windward farmers and the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Sabota Caesar, played a vital part in making this initiative possible. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Jada Dublin, Miss South Central.
night.
From South Windward?
Yes, please.
We're in South Windward.
Stubbs.
Stubbs,
Mango
people!
City.
Love me some Stubbs, people. Stubbs in 9 mornings is the best. All right, so I got 2 questions for you. I'm going to endeavor to ask you both twice, and you give us your response. So according to your bio, you aspire to be a lawyer. Why do you choose this profession? You said in your bio that you want to be a lawyer. Why do you choose this profession?
While growing up, I always followed criminal cases and the outcome of them. I then came to the conclusion that I can one day make a difference in the law system. As I grew to learn about the different types of lawyers, I decided to go into the field of contract law. Seeing that this is not very common in SVG, it will help me make a name for myself and also help our young upcoming entrepreneurs in their business deals and contract signing. I also think that it will help with the development of my country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ariana Wiley, your next question. Being a constituent of South Windward, what are 2 projects that you see will transform the constituency? You are a constituent of South Windward. What are 2 projects that you see will transform that constituency?
South Windward is home to the largest capital project in the history of SVG, which is the Argyle International Airport. And this is already transforming our constituency. I foresee an increase in international flights that will cause a demand for businesses such as supermarkets, bed and breakfast, and nightclubs. This will also provide job opportunities for people in the constituency. Also, there is a Holiday Inn Express that is on the construction in Diamond. Once completed, this will bring in tourists, and also this will help turn South Windward into a developmental hub. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The lady from South Windward, Ariana Wiley. Mauricio, good evening.
Good evening.
BTW, loving your dress.
Thank you.
All right, so I have 2 questions for you. I'll ask each twice. In your bio, You stated that your aunt, Jean Williams, was your primary caregiver. How important was her role in your life? You stated that your aunt, Jean Williams, was your primary caregiver. How important was her role in your life?
My aunt cared for me from a very tender age. She stood as the mother figure and taught me everything that has made me into the meaningful young lady that I am today. She instilled in me values and morals, and she taught me the importance of having self-respect. Because of her, I was able to do well throughout my educational journey.
Thank you. Your next question. What are 3 initiatives that were spearheaded by the ULP administration that you think will help to uplift the youth of North Leeward? Give us 3 initiatives spearheaded by the Unity Labour Party administration that you believe will help to uplift the young people of North Leeward.
In an attempt to uplift the youth of North Leeward, the Unity Labour Party has put several initiatives in place, including the rehabilitation of several sporting complexes in North Leeward. These can be used to enhance the sporting potential and wellness revolution as a way of getting more persons involved in sports to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Also, the implementation of the medical cannabis industry that is providing a lot of farmers with jobs after receiving their medicinal cannabis license. And lastly, the adult and continuing education programs that will enable a lot of persons from North Leeward to gain certificates that can be used in different industries.
Thank you very much, lady from North Leeward, Mauricia. Hi, Doris.
Hi.
I see your Beckway crew came up to represent.
Yes.
Shout out to them.
Hi.
I know, right? They're probably saying hi back right now. All right, so I have 2 questions here for you. Let's go right ahead. I'll ask you both of them twice. Spending time with your immediate family is one thing you mentioned in your bio. Tell us why you think it is so important to do this. You like spending time with your immediate family, as you mentioned. Tell us why you think this is important for one to do.
There's an old saying that goes, a family that prays together stays together. It is important to spend quality times with our families as it is beneficial to our mental well-being. As well, it also helps to form lasting and memorable bonds. However, I would like to take this opportunity to encourage families to cherish every moment together, as tomorrow is not promised. Ladies and gentlemen, let us take into consideration COVID-19 and dengue, where families have lost loved ones.
Thank you very much. Your next question. It has been said that the Northern Grenadines has been neglected by the Unity Labour Party administration. What would you say to persons with this belief? It's been said that the Northern Grenadines was neglected by the ULP. What would you say to such persons who say these things?
The Northern Grenadines has seen well over 192 tangible and intangible projects, such as the refurbishment of the Hamilton Reservoir, which aids the water crisis during our dry period, the desalination plant at Pageant Farm, providing water to over 1,000 families on Beckway, the rebuilding of a new primary school and clinic, the refurbishment of the Port Elizabeth Hospital. On Beckway, we're currently seeing the refurbishment of our vegetable and fish market. My Beckwayrians, let us be honest and give jackets, as the old people would say. I can boldly say that the Northern Grenadines has not been neglected by the Unity Labour Party administration. We are lifting the SPG higher.
Much. Lady from Northern Grenadines, Doris Douglas. Lori, hello.
Hello, Candyman.
There's something about the way you said that. Let's leave it there. I have 2 questions for you. I'm going to ask you each question twice, and then you give us your answer. First question, in your bio, you shared that you underwent surgery at an early age, and you were bullied because of the physical disadvantage afterwards. What advice would you give to anyone going through a similar experience? You shared that you underwent surgery at an early age and that you were bullied because of the physical disadvantage afterwards. What advice would you give to anyone going through a similar experience?
Bullying, whether it's verbal or it's physical, it hurts. And sadly, bullying is still an issue that is very prevalent in our society today. As victims of bullying, we sometimes feel ashamed or afraid to speak up. But it is important that we speak up and let others know what it is we're going through so that they can help us. So whether it's to a teacher, a parent, or a friend, please speak up. You do not have to go through this alone. Self-confidence is key. Believe in yourself. Turn a blind eye to all negative comments. And finally, to those of you going through a hard time right now, I just want you to know that you are loved. And please, don't you ever give up.
Thank you very much. Your second question. What are some of the qualities that would make Mr. Dominic Sutherland a good representative for Central Kingstown? what are some of the qualities that you think would make Mr. Dominic Sutherland a good representative for Central Kingstown?
My representative, Mr. Dominic Sutherland, as we all know, is fairly new to politics. However, I strongly believe that he exhibits different qualities that would make him a great representative. He is a God-fearing man with a genuine love for people, and he is a professional who believes in success and development in every aspect of Central Kingstown.
Thank you very much. Laurie John from Central Kingstown. Hi, Miss Llewellyn.
Hi, Candyman.
Is red your favorite color?
It definitely is.
Mine too, mine too. All right, so I have two questions for you. I'm going to ask you each question twice. You stated in your bio that you have a love for dancing and a passion for dancing. How do you plan on merging the two for a successful future? Okay. I think there's an error here. You stated in your bio that you have a love for dancing and a passion for dancing. How do you plan on merging the two for a successful future?
You know what, Candyman? One thing that I strongly believe is the key to a successful career is to do something that you're truly passionate about. And it goes without saying that I am passionate about my dancing and business. In the near future, I intend on opening a dance academy as my primary business, and I am of strong belief that I will have the necessary marketing and managing skills that it takes to run this effective business because of the love that I have for business studies.
Thank you very much. So I suppose the other passion is business.
Yes, my other passion is business.
Lovely. The second question, what are two initiatives that were spearheaded by the Honorable Luke Brown in your constituency?
What are two initiatives that were spearheaded by the Honorable Luke Brown?
The Honorable Luke Brown can boast of many successful initiatives. However, two that definitely stood out for me are one, his annual Kids Club as the caretaker, and two, his response to the COVID-19 pandemic as the Minister of Health of Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. I say the annual Kids Club because he was able to recognize the needs of the community for more engaging and educational activities, and the COVID-19 pandemic because he was able to implement protocols to mitigate this disease, and also he was able to develop an isolation facility here in St. Vincent.
Thank you very much. A lady from East Kingstown, Kenisha Llewellyn. Hello up there.
Hello. Looking extra tall tonight.
I think she likes me. I don't know how I'm going to ask you this question now. All right, so I'm going to ask you your questions twice. You give us your answer. First question. In your bio, you stated that you were a member of the Saint Vincent and the Grenadines Girl Guides Association. What mindset and skill did this organization instill in you? In your bio, you stated that you were a member of the SBG Girl Guides Association. What mindset and skills did this organization infuse into you?
This feminist organization taught me all skills. Example, camping skills. Also, the motto, be prepared, was infused in me. That is why I am able to prepare for a pageant at such short notice with much confidence.
Thank you very much. Your next question. Living in the constituency of West Kingstown, what are two things you can say to young persons like yourself to encourage them to vote for Mrs. Deborah Charles to be the next representative of West Kingstown? As a person from West Kingstown, what are two things you can say to young persons to encourage them to vote for Debbie Charles to be their next area representative?
Mrs. Charles has planned to uplift West Kingstown by creating jobs through the new port development in Rose Place and for making education a children-friendly environment.
Thank you very much. The lady from West Kingstown, IKEA, Providence. back on stage in their lovely evening wear. Got to say, these are some very exquisite dresses here tonight. Thank you very much, lady from Northern Grenadines, Darius Douglas, Jada Dublin, and South Central Winwood. Lady from North Leeward, Mauricio Williams. Laurie John, Miss Central Kingstown. A lady from West Kingstown, IKEA Providence. Ignitia Llewellyn, East Kingstown. And South Winwood, Ariana Wiley. Who will be Miss Unity Youths 2020? We'll find out in just a short while. All right, Shanika Laborde, Miss Unity Youths 2015, will now do her final walk. So let's go to the results. The various categories. Best political ambassadorial speech. Kenisha Llewellyn.
Labour ladies, choosing a better way. What? Labour ladies, choosing a better way. What?
The person who receives the best talent will receive $500 donated by the Honorable Rene Batiste and Company, and also a trophy for best talent donated by Rene Batiste and Company. Best talent, Kenisha Llewellyn. Let's go now to best evening wear. Ladies and gentlemen, best evening wear, Miss East Kingstown, Kenesha Llewellyn. Kenesha Llewellyn being sashed there. Best evening wear by Carlos Williams from the Northern Grenadines. And now to best interview. Best interview, Kenesha Llewellyn. Contestants will receive a voucher valued at $500 from Home Center, Echoes Jewelry, and Acute Cosmetics. Each contestant receives $500 cash. Second runner-up, $1,000 cash. First runner-up, $2,000 cash. Miss Unity Youths will receive $3,000 cash. Now we'll go to the results. Second runner-up, so the People's Choice Award, based on social media votes, went to the contestant from South Windward, Ariana Wiley.
So let me see the red army. Hey, come shout for your party. Yes, we keeping them there. Progress is a must. Hey, and if you're voting, comrade, up, up. Yes, he's the 5-star general.
In the position of second runner-up, a lady from North Leeward, Mauricia Williams. Second runner-up. North Leeward. Second runner-up, North Leeward, Mauricia Williams.
And if you're voting, comrade, up, up. Yes, he's the 5-star general. Up, yeah. And if you're voting, booster,
she will receive $1,000 cash along with her trophy. Be presented by Luke Brown.
Yes,
happy we sing. No other compare. You will be staying here. So let me brag on me comrade. Hey, I'm me look on south. The man he deal with it brutal. 5-star hotel in Willan. We have no time for no comment.
First runner-up, a lady from Central Kingstown, Laurie John.
Put up your red rag. Hey, hey, yeah. Lift SHG higher. Bambadi, bam, bambadi. So let me see the red army. Hey, come shout for your party. Yes, we keeping them there. Progress is a must. Hey, and if you're voting comrade, up, up. Yes, he's the 5-star general. Up, hey, yeah. And if you're voting booster, up, hey. Centrally one lifting him higher. Up, hey, yeah.
Second runner-up, Laurie John. And ladies and gentlemen, Miss Unity Youths 2020, none other than Kenisha Llewellyn, Miss East Kingstown.
East Kingston, we voting Luke Brown. East Kingston, we supporting Luke Brown. East Kingston, we voting Luke Brown. East Kingston, we supporting Luke Brown. Well, you know election coming, and I'm going to get licks. People are no longer falling for the NDP tricks. SVG is doing well, even a blind man can tell. ULP is doing well, so anytime come and ring the bell. East Kingston, we voting Luke Brown. East Kingston, we supporting Luke Brown. East Kingston,
The lady from East Kingstown takes the crown.
East Kingston,
Congratulations to all our contestants for having done a fine job. She's being crowned by Miss Unity Youths 2015.
East Kingston, we supporting Luke Brown. East Kingston, we voting Luke Brown.
Man. Congratulations on a fine job to all contestants. They certainly give us a wonderful showing.
Grenadines in the favor. Everybody is labor. Not win one, labor. Not central, sure.
Kenisha Llewellyn is Miss Unity Youth 2020.
This week, we're celebrating 21 years of leadership and good governance with Labour, with virtual ULP showcases every night from Thursday to Monday. Yes, that's 5 nights. 5 in a row. Thursday, 9 p.m., pre-election rally. 8 p.m. this Friday, ULP Music Showcase compilation. Saturday night from 9, 2020 Miss Unity Youth's Finals. 6 p.m. Sunday, High Praise ULP Gospel Showcase. And on Monday, March 28th, we're celebrating 21 years of excellent governance by Ralph, the World Boss, and ULP with our virtual victory rally from 9 p.m. featuring a new address by Prime Minister Gonzalez. 5 nights celebrating Labour from this Thursday on all our Facebook pages. ULP, Ralph Gonzalez, Vote ULP, Star Radio, and Vote ULP YouTube channel. Also live on SVG TV and IKTV.